What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports or Bad Decision Motorsports. I don't know. You guys be the judge. Yes, we did buy something else. We're going to show you in just 1 second. But look, I know in the comments I'm going to get, you've got all this stuff torn apart. Why would you buy anything else? Look, you guys know how I am. I cruise Facebook Marketplace. I saw this thing for sale. It said sold. I actually sent it to my dad because I thought maybe he should buy it, but you'll see what it is here in a second. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we did buy something. I'm going to pull it out of the basement garage. That is actually where it's at, guys. We got a pretty nice day today. But yes, Cohen got booted out of the basement garage because I didn't have any room in the shop to put this thing. And it's kind of windy out, so you're going to probably hear some wind noise. But I think I'm going to set my tripod up here and I'm going to back this thing out of the garage. And I'm going to let you guys be the judge. We're going to walk around it, talk about what it is. I'll talk about some plans if we decide to keep it and why I'm saying it like that. But let's set the tripod up. Let's roll this thing out. So what do you think? I know my truck guys are going to be excited about this, right? Because we've had a couple of these, right? And Cohen has always really liked the stepside trucks. And I saw this one listed for sale, like I said, and it said sold. So I just assumed it sold. Well, then on a couple of the groups in Facebook, well, a couple of the regular cab Facebook groups, I noticed the guy posted it again. So I wondered if he still had it and he just took the post down, and that actually is what happened. So guys, I hit him up. I went and looked at it. It looked like a pretty clean truck. I made him an offer. We came to a number, and we'll talk about that number here in a minute. But hopefully this wind doesn't get like any more crazy than what it is. Like I said, guys, sorry for the wind noise. But anyway, what is it? Well, it's a 2003 GMC Sierra SLE. Okay, so it's pretty loaded up for what, you know, you could get in a regular cab pickup. I will tell you guys, I'm pretty sure it was old man owned, and the reason I say that, now I didn't buy it from an older guy, I bought it from a younger guy, and super nice kid. He just a real stand-up guy. But anyway, the reason I think it was owned by an older gentleman is because he said when he got it, it had a ton of chrome on it. And I'm going to show you a couple pieces of chrome that kind of tell me that older person owned this truck. For one, the condition of the truck is so nice. Generally older people take really good care of their trucks, and this has definitely been well taken care of. The paint is nice and bright. It's got a couple door dings here and there, but the front bumper's got some chips in it, but it's really well cared for. And here's why I think it was old man owned, like I said, because of the condition. But it had, when he said when he bought it, it had the chrome around the fender arches. Okay, it had chrome door handles, which you can see the glue, the remnants of the glue from it. They were like caps. He didn't even put handles on it, they just put caps on it. The back of it had the chrome, of course. The tailpipes are a telltale sign. And then check out the chrome cover. Like nothing says older man than a chrome cover for your spare tire. But look, the tires, guys, Michelin tires. Who puts a set of Michelins on one of these trucks? That's somebody that wanted to spend some coin on some tires. This thing rides incredible, runs great. It is a 4.8 truck. Okay, so it's not a 5.3, it's a 4.8, and a lot of times you can tell in pictures, guys, if somebody's saying it's a 5.3, unless they've swapped it. Generally a 5.3 would have a power seat on the driver's side. That's generally a telltale sign on whether you're getting a 5.3 or not. So if you see a picture of an interior and it says it's a 5.3 and it has a regular seat, chances are I bet it's a 4.8, so run the VIN and see. But interior, guys, incredible shape. This thing has 108,000 miles on it, sorry. Just incredible condition. The door panels, no chips, or it's not all beat up. Of course, it's a power window truck. It's got the headliner with the storage cubby. He did put an aftermarket radio, but I do have the stock radio. It's got some nice aftermarket WeatherTech floor mats. Interior, it's just in really good shape. This thing is like whisper quiet. There are I'm trying to think of anything on the inside. Oh, he replaced the steering wheel with a newer style, which does look a lot nicer than like the original one had GMC, kind of like the horn logo here. So it's like embossed, and this one does look a lot nicer. The guy that I bought it from put that in. Of course, it's a fog light truck, so you got the fog light switch. Yeah, it's just, the interior is incredible. Now, look, are there some issues? Yeah, like with any used truck, there's going to be some problems. And like I said, guys, I thought this thing was cheap enough where I could probably buy it and make a little money. Cohen, though, I think is pretty in love with this truck, so what we may end up doing is we may end up selling his this truck back here. I don't know that for sure yet, but that is kind of the way we're leaning. But I'm going to show you some of the things that I know that are issues that I want to address if it does stick around, and then we'll kind of walk around it and talk about those things. But for one, these over the years, just the sun beats them up. You could see somebody put 2 screws in here to hold that. That makes me a little nutty. I think they're far enough up, the holes are, where you can still get these from GM. So I'm thinking I'm going to order a new set of caps. They also put a little glue under there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've noticed that it flakes off pretty easy. So I think I can get that off and then just replace these with a stock set. This is just some engineering that I would not have used. I don't know if this guy didn't know that you could get a replacement. Now, the guy I bought it from did not do this. It was like that when he got it, but it does have a bed cover on it, which my dad is already after. He said if you decide to get rid of that, he wants it. It's a decent one. It's not quite as low profile as I would like, but definitely had, you know, I'd like to replace these. Okay, aside from that, there's a little bit of a crack in the tail light here. I'd like to do something there, probably just get a set of stalkers. I don't like the aftermarket taillights for these things, or maybe even just get this side, because the other side's in such good shape. We really only need the other side, but a lot of times it really stands out because this starts to yellow over time, so I generally replace them in pairs. You guys know I'm kind of an advocate for painted handles, so I'm thinking my painter actually has a red truck in there right now, and it's a GMC around this same year. So I'm thinking if that color is close, I'm going to have him paint a smooth door handle and tailgate handle. So that'll get rid of our glue, you know, that's left over on this. That's absolutely disgusting. That is not going to fly, I can tell you that. And I think it would look really nice. The other thing is it's got I don't really care for this. That's probably going to change. It had chrome caps on the mirrors, so you can see the mirrors have remnants of glue. I think I've got a set of mirrors in there. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. These are removable caps, so a guy could just have the caps painted and clean up. I think that glue would clean off. Aside from that, on the outside, I don't know, guys. I thought I might, while I'm doing the handles, send him that lower valance, just because it's got some rock chips in it, and the paint, you know, I don't know. I thought if we had some little stuff I could send to my painter and just get it done at one time. The hood has some rock chips in it. I don't think I'm going to mess with that. Look, it's in really good shape aside from those little things. Under the hood though, pretty stock. It's got a cold air intake. Well, it's got the MIT tube, which I'm a big fan of, guys. I think the stock box and the MIT tube is probably one of your best options. I don't know if it's got an aftermarket filter in it, but the AC, the compressor's kicking on and off, which is telling me that it's probably a little low on Freon. So I'm going to have my buddy shoot some Freon in this thing to get it rolling. Now, it will work, but you can hear that compressor kicking on and off, so it generally tells you it's a little low. I think 4.8. Yeah. The other thing is, if you start this thing, the oil pressure is like maxed out. And so I asked him, I said, hey, did you put an oil pump in this thing? Because look, if you buy an aftermarket pump that's, let's say, ported or something, you're gonna get max oil pressure. But no, guys, it's actually the sending unit, which the downside is that sucker is way back there. But I think we can access it without actually pulling the intake off. And if we can, that might be a video that you see on the channel as well. But battery from 2017, so that could be replaced at some point. But all in all, really good shape. We may do something with the lights in the front, and just because you can see they're kind of faded and starting to, you know, look their age. But a couple little dings here on here and there on the side, but all in all, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. So What did I pay? What's your guess on what I paid for a 2003 with 108,000 miles in this condition? Because the market's, I actually think the market's kind of softening up a little bit right now on these trucks. You know, you were seeing these things go crazy for in the 20s and 30s for like a super low mile one. And now I've noticed those are still listed. I think the market, like I said, I think it's settling a little bit. So what's your guess on what I spent on this? And we'll talk about that. But oh, one other thing, these are a factory GM aftermarket wheel. It's like part of their accessory catalog. So it's kind of like a torque dress style. It's a 20-inch, and the tire size is just a stock. It's the same tire size as what's on Cohen's truck, or that truck back there. Just a 20, I think it's a 20x8 GM accessory wheel, in pretty good shape. I think the one on the other side has a little curb rash on it, but the tires are in incredible shape. So I paid $11,500 for this truck. Is it too much? I don't know. It's like right there on the borderline. When he originally listed this thing, he listed it for 15 and it said sold, so I thought somebody gave 15 for the truck. And I truly think this truck would probably bring 14, 15 with those little things cleaned up and addressed that I don't like. Maybe some new headlights. I don't know. I definitely think it would bring that if it were lowered. And Cohen's already hit me up with, hey, are we going to lower this thing? I don't know, guys. Like I said, originally, it's really going to depend on, I'm thinking I'm going to list the white one for sale. If the white one sells, then chances are we have to keep the red one for Cohen to have a daily driver. And he would rather drive the red one, believe me. He was bummed when we sold the black stepside. Remember, we had an 03 black stepside I did an HD hood on. It was a pretty nice truck when we got finished with it. This is a nicer truck than that one, and I sold that truck for, I think, $13,500. Now, that truck was lowered. It did have headers, had a couple aftermarket pieces that this one doesn't have. But I think that, but it was I want to say 180,000 mile truck. I want to say that this one probably would do the same, and it's a nicer truck. So I don't think I'm hurt as far as price wise, but let me know what you guys think about the difference between the white and the red. Cohen's pretty careful, so I know he's using this as his mowing truck. He could still use this as the mowing truck, even though it doesn't have a hitch on it. We would have to put a hitch on this thing if he was going to do that. So I want to know what you guys think. Should we keep this one, lower it, and paint those pieces like I talked about, or should we just sell it and him keep rocking the we'll call it the beater truck back there? Both trucks run great, so I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I'm just one of those people that when I'm cruising on Facebook, this one popped up, and it's just red it just gets me every time. I love the color red. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video of me showing you a possible new project. Like I said, you'll probably see a few things on it. If we do decide to keep it, you may see more. But the fact that it runs and drives and we don't have to do anything crazy, we're not going to be doing like the dually or any of the other stuff in the shop where we're tearing stuff down. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that content. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed, because we got a lot coming on all this stuff in the shop, plus all this stuff that we randomly see and buy. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.